Hi my lovelies, it's Nisha. So today I wanted to do Chatty Get Ready with me, but the start of the show is going to be this foundation. I've used it now every day for 2 weeks and I love it. And I think what I want from the foundation this gives me, and I think it's very good for us more mature ladies. What I'm talking about is the YSL All Hours Foundation, and I have the concealer as well. This foundation is not new, but it was reformulated I think around a year ago, and I can't remember if I tried the original one. I have a feeling that I haven't, and because if I did and I loved it, I would remember it. So if I did, I didn't like it, because I don't remember having that foundation. Anyway, the bottle is a bit different. It's absolutely beautiful with the YSL on a cap. It is a pump foundation. I've got it in a number MW2. I found an amazing website where you can match your foundation, and from now on I'm going to use it because that's what I used and it's perfect match for me when I'm this pale. I can't remember the name of it, but I will leave you the link to the description box. I have used the Temptalia before, but it never worked for me that well. This was just a perfect match. I matched it to the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation because that, in number 8, that shade is perfect. The shade and undertone of it, it's like perfect. So I matched it to that foundation and they came up with the MW2, and it's a pretty darn good match. I like this foundation so much. It is up there with my Delilah, Derma Blend and the Hourglass, that I've already bought a backup, and I bought a darker shade as well in MW9, because right now I have no fake tan whatsoever, but even in the winter I fake tan a bit so I can mix them, and obviously in the summer I will need a darker one, and now I'm scared they're gonna discontinue it. So anyway, I also bought the new concealers that go with it. Well, actually I bought just one, but then when I bought these two I got free concealer. So the lighter one is L Neutral 4 and the darker one is Medium Neutral 1. So I usually need 2 concealers as well. The light one is good for me right now, but I still mix it a bit with this one. I don't like my concealer too light under my eyes. So they say about this foundation that is all day long wear, full cover, breathable texture, couture finish, and they also say it has matte luminous finish, which does not make sense. I would say it has quite a natural finish. Also, I think when I was first applying this foundation, you will see it might look a bit yellow, but what happened there, because depending what the weather is like outside, if it's miserable and dark, I have to turn up the saturation. If it's sunny, I need to turn down the saturation. So I started off with the saturation up, and I think the foundation might look a bit yellow at first, but you will see I corrected it. And what you will see later, that's exactly how this foundation, what you see now basically, that's exactly how it looks in real life. So I will show you the foundation, how it applies, how it looks and all that. I will do this eye look, and I've got also a new lip product. So let's get on with it. Okay, so I am going to use the BK Beauty brush 101. I've squeezed 2 little pumps. So just for those who cannot stand fragrance in the foundation, this has definitely fragrance. Very nice fragrance. I don't mind. I quite like it. But it goes away pretty quickly. So this is still just those, I would say it was a 1/4 pump maybe, because I never press the pump right to the end. So this is the first layer. As you can see, it's got really good coverage, the sort of coverage I like, but it looks like skin. Let me do the other side with a sponge. This is like half a pump, it's probably too much. It applies beautifully with a sponge as well. I wouldn't say that there is that much difference in applying it with a sponge. So really, use whatever you prefer. The sponge might eat a bit of product, a bit more than the brush. But I always go over with the sponge on a brush side anyway. So this is first layer. You can still see a bit of my redness, but to me this is a really good coverage. I will put another layer on so you can see how it builds up, but I think it looks really, really nice. And to be honest, I hate putting my foundation on here because I have all the studio lights, obviously, because I cannot control the lighting. In a natural light, this looks even better. Okay, let me apply a bit more. I'll do this with a sponge. Again, this wasn't even a full pump. Now, as you can see, this is giving me much more coverage. And you know, this luminous matte, it doesn't make sense, does it? But I would say it has a natural finish. So, like I always say, I wouldn't normally do this, the second layer, because you know I always set it with a mineral powder foundation, so I don't really need this coverage, but I want to show you just in case you just set with normal powder. I don't set at all, so you can see what it looks like when you build it up. Okay, so this is your second layer. I think it looks really, really nice. I just love this foundation. Now let's try the concealers. So when I first bought the concealers, I bought the light neutral 4, and when I bought the other two, they sent me free concealer, and this one is medium neutral 1. So I usually have to mix them because I find this one is a bit too light, this one is a bit too dark. It will be fine in a summer, the darker one. Now, I like the concealer. The only problem is whatever you get out is such a tiny amount. I've dipped this twice, so this is not too bad. I will mix it tiny bit with the other one. But normally there is hardly anything that comes out. Just a tiny, tiny amount. It could be good in some respects, but I worry that once you're running out, will you be able to actually get out anything from it? So, but as far as concealers go, this is really, really nice. And I don't like my concealer too light under my eyes because I feel like it emphasizes everything if it's too light. Can you see that looks like skin? That doesn't look like I have concealer. I don't know if it's a very high coverage. I don't have that much to cover. Let me add just the lighter one here in a corner when I have the darkness. I think it's such a pretty natural looking concealer and my skin looks so good. Let me just set under my eyes. I will just set under my eyes because I don't want this to crease. I will do my brows and then I won't set the rest of the face yet, and we will have another close look. I'm still using the Morphe Brightening Pink Bacon Set powder. I absolutely love it. This is my second one for under my eyes. Okay, so I just done my brows, nothing else, so you can see it without being set. It just looks so nice. So here I'm standing right in the sunshine. And here more in a shade. So that's without setting it. Now I'm going to set it with Lily Lolo in Cookie. I've turned the saturation down a bit. I've noticed that this foundation was looking a bit yellow, which it isn't in real life, but I had the saturation turned up a bit too much on this camera, so it made it look a bit yellow. But this is, when I look in the mirror, this is the real shade. It's so hard to set the camera that it gives you the true color, and honestly. So here it is set. Still has a bit of natural glow, and that's because this is not matte. Mineral powders always have a bit of luminosity in it. It's not like shimmer in a highlighter. It just, I feel like mineral powders are not flat matte. I use very tiny amounts, so I don't really use it to add coverage. Maybe if I had just one layer of this, I would. Okay, I'm going to do bronzer and blush, and then we will play with eyes. So this is now set. I'm in sunshine, full sunshine, I can't see anything. And in a shade. On my eyes today, I'm going to use the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I've neglected it for a while, and the other day I did a look with it and I really liked it. And also when I'm more pale, the cooler shades look better than the warm shades. So I will take Rifa 15 and I will start. These don't have names, it's just crease, outer lash line, blend. So I'm going to use this one, which is the crease in a top row, and I'm going to go with it in a crease. This is such a lovely cool palette. I will cut out the bit when I'm doing this eye because it will take too long. I'm going to shade a bit this outer V with it and just work mostly on it out a bit, and with whatever I've got left I go inwards. Now on Rifa 01 I am going to take the outer eyelid, so again from the first row I used this one first, now I'm using this one. This is such a gorgeous shade, and I'm going to go over this first shade here just on the outer portion of my eye. Look at that, that is so gorgeous. Normally for hooded eyes I wouldn't advise to go with a shimmery eyeshadow anywhere near your hood, but because this is so dark it actually doesn't matter and it still works. Now on Sonia G Worker Pro I'm going to go to center eyelid, which is in the second row. It's sort of, it is silver, a silvery grey, and I'm going to apply it on the center of my eyelid. I'm not going totally to the inner corner, I will put there something else. Isn't that beautiful? Now I'm going to go to inner corner with Sonia G Worker Pro. I use the other side, and I will use this in my inner corner. Beautiful. Sonia G Pencil Pro, I'm going to go into lash line, this dark brown, and apply it to my lash line. Then Rifa 12, and I'm going to go to crease, and I will buff that line underneath with this. And now mascara. Okay, for my lips I'm going to use something new. I've got the Nars Power Matte lipstick in Dragon Girl. So, funny story about this. I wanted to try the matte crayon, lip crayon in that color. And when I went to the counter, the woman that works on Nars wasn't there. So the lady from Benefit came over and looked for it and just sold it to me. When I came home, I opened it and I saw that it is not the crayon, it's the lipstick. And I was gonna go and return it. I wanted the crayon for the ease of applying, so I didn't have to do lip liner as well. But I thought, actually, I don't have any of these. I'm going to try it. I don't think I can do it without lip liner. Here is the color. It's a red. So maybe I will apply lip liner. I have here Wonder 2 Must Have Matte lip liner in Gimme Red. I think it's very hard to apply red lipstick without lip liner. Okay. I'm not into matte lipsticks, but these ones supposed to be really good. Oh, it goes on really creamy. I probably could have done it without lip liner because it is quite sharp. Oh, it's drying matte pretty quickly. Yeah, it doesn't have any slip anymore. But it doesn't really sit like in your lip line. It's gone a bit darker now that it's dried down. It is beautiful and it feels quite comfortable on your lips, but I don't know what it's gonna look like later on. So I will come back a bit later just to look at the foundation because that's the start of the show. I might not have this lipstick on because I will have to go and walk the dog and I'm looking a bit extra. So it has been 7 hours, it's 5 p.m. right now, it's getting dark outside and miserable, so I thought I better come on and we will have a look at the foundation. But let me talk quickly about the lipstick. So what I did after I filmed the video, I shouldn't have taken it off straight away. I should have eaten something to see how this lipstick performed while you've eaten something. But I haven't. I took it off because I was thinking I'm walking the dog later. But then after we've walked the dog, I put it back on and I've had it on for an hour now. I haven't eaten anything, but I have drunk a cup of tea. I just wanted to show you that there is, you can see a bit of the rim, but that could be actually, yeah, that will be the lip liner. Because can you see that ring? That's just the outer bit of my lip, so it would be the lip liner. The lipstick doesn't come off and looks pretty good. I mean, you can see the lip lines, but it's not bad, you know, like some matte lipsticks. And when I say feels comfortable, obviously it doesn't have any slip, but it's completely dry and it feels like I've got nothing on my lips. But if I go like this, I sort of miss some slip, if you know what I mean. As far as matte lipsticks go, this feels really, really comfortable and very thin. The only, I think, you see, that's where your matte lipstick usually wears off, or I suppose you just don't paint that part of your lip, so that can look a bit weird. But yes, for a matte lipstick, this is really, really good. Okay, let's talk about the foundation. So the foundation looks beautiful, it hasn't worn off anywhere, slightly shiny, but I will tell you that this foundation, out of all my favorite foundations, is the least shiny after 6-hour wear, 6-7 hour wear. I usually get quite shiny on my forehead, on my chin and a bit here. So I don't know if you maybe had very dry skin, if you would like it that much. Will it look too dry on you? I'm not sure. I have pretty normal skin with slightly oily T-zone. So, but yeah, let me zoom you in. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it hasn't broken up anywhere, not even around my nose. I have little spots here. I think my perioral dermatitis is coming back slightly, so yeah, this is nothing to do with the foundation. But yeah, normally my foundation would start wearing off here on my chin and break up on my forehead, but as you can see, it looks fine. And I also think that this foundation looks nicer in real life than in a camera with all these bright lights. Like in a normal everyday life, I think it looks even prettier. Also, I think I didn't tell you that I'm wearing the BK Beauty and Reseda's Makeup Martini lashes. These are just like quarter lashes. The eyeshadow stayed on beautifully as well, so everything looks really good after 6 hours. So I love this foundation and I think you should all try it, especially if you've got a chance to get a sample or something like that. I know that not everybody wants to take the chance and just order it, unless you can return it. In the UK, you can't return stuff once you've used it. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful foundation. I love it. And also the concealer is amazing. It hasn't creased. It looks very natural. I love the concealer. Yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with this look. Let me know if you've got this foundation. Have you tried it? What do you think of it? But I really, really love it. So, and remember, I will leave you the website where you can match your foundation to your existing foundation. So if you have any foundation, even one that you don't like, but the color is really good match, I would try to find different foundation matching to your existing good color, because it really, really worked for me. So I will definitely use that website in the future. So that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and stay fabulous. Bye.